This is Larry Shaw with Borrell Associates. I'm the Director of Research, and I'm here talking with Troy McGuire, who's the VP of News and General Manager of Fisher Interactive. Could you kind of generally describe Fisher's hyperlocal content efforts?
Sure. We launched in August, was our official launch of our hyperlocal network. We launched 43 sites in Seattle. In Portland, we launched in October 28 sites, and in Eugene, at the same time, we launched 10 sites. We did build up staffing for this. We added 4.5 producers in Seattle for the 43 sites. We added 2 producers in Portland for the 28 sites, and then we added no staff in Eugene for the 10 sites.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit more about the hyperlocal efforts? What are your goals and strategies?
Really, our whole goal is to be relevant in the community for Fisher. But we wanted to be. We think the hyperlocal, the way technology is going, that this is a way for us to be relevant all the way down to the neighborhood.
This is a pretty expansive effort and a pretty expensive one that you guys are undergoing. How are sales going?
Sales are going good. I think after 4 months, I can happily say that we are profitable. We've gotten tremendous response from advertisers. We have over 500 small businesses that we've added since that time, and these are businesses that had no association with any of our properties to begin with. So really, we found a new revenue stream, and it's been, we think, very successful. And still, it's early stage. We're still, our churn rate is 4 to 5%. It's below our projections, but we really think that seeing the initial momentum, that we really have something here.
Do you see that churn rate coming up over time? Do you see a...
I think it's still too early to tell, but we think, initially we have 6-month contracts, and some of those are coming up, and we've gotten some very good response and re-ups on those contracts, and we think that we're going to continue.
Great. So tell me a little bit about the sales effort. Who sells? What are the rates, and what type of advertiser is generally buying this type of content?
It's really a small market, play, and really from a sales perspective, Fisher TV stations have never had a product that catered directly to small businesses. Most small businesses in the Puget Sound cannot afford Como, for instance. In Seattle, there's 130,000 small businesses in the Puget Sound. And really, obviously, so we knew that there was a market there. We just didn't have a product that catered to them. So from a sales perspective, we do it all telemarketing. We're in a partnership with a group called Datasphere Technologies based in Bellevue. And they provide not only our technology, our CMS backbone to this, but they also provide our sales force, so all the telemarketing.
How large of a sales force is that?
Right now we have about 25 telereps that specifically sell for Fisher, and we're expanding pretty much every month.
Okay. What type of rates do you offer as part of this program typically?
Rates are anywhere from $25 a month to $300, and it all depends on whether you're buying the directory or you're buying placement on the website. We're finding that market to market, whether it's Seattle or Eugene, the price points do change depending on the size of the city. But it's such a low price point for a small business that's why we're seeing the traction that we're seeing.
Are there any specific categories that you're seeing are gravitating more toward this effort than other business categories?
Well, we made a focus on realtors to begin with, restaurants. Our first ever sale was really to an Issaquah landscaper. It's general business, but we are seeing that real estate has had some traction on these sites. But really, the telemarketers just focus on what kind of commerce is in that neighborhood, because we have so many neighborhoods. We expect to have 75 neighborhoods, like in Seattle, launched in Seattle at the end of January. That it just commerce is so different in each neighborhood that it is pretty wide open. That's the whole goal of Como. It's like if the more that we can aggregate community news, put obviously the hard news, what we do as a news organization in the Puget Sound, stories on that site too, but that's how you become relevant. You don't serve them just, what goes on over the air. you continue to be, you have a new conversation with those neighbors, with those viewers, with those users, and then that's how we extend our brand.
Great, thanks.